Picture this: a woman who builds her life with blueprints, and a man who thinks blueprints are just a suggestion. She is a master of the practical, a symphony of logic and order. He is the eccentric visionary, a whirlwind of brilliant, chaotic ideas. This is the story of the Virgo woman and the Aquarius man. An earth sign, grounded and meticulous, meets an air sign, detached and unpredictable. You have to wonder, can a relationship built on such fundamentally opposing forces ever truly work? Or is it destined to be a beautiful disaster? The hard truth is that this pairing is one of the most complex and challenging in the entire zodiac. It demands more than just love. It requires a level of negotiation and compromise that most couples will never have to face. So, let's get into the chaos, the harmony, and the reality of what happens when the analyst meets the alien. So, where does the trouble start? At its core, the friction between a Virgo woman and an Aquarius man comes from a basic clash of worldviews. And we're not talking about a small spark here. It's a constant, low-grade hum of misunderstanding that can easily erupt into a full-blown crisis. First, let's look at how they approach life. The Virgo woman, ruled by Mercury, is a creature of order, precision, and practicality. Her mind is a finely tuned instrument, designed to analyze details, create efficient systems, and solve real-world problems. She finds comfort in routine and satisfaction in a world that makes logical sense. She truly believes that with the right plan, you can avoid most of life's messy complications. Then in walks the Aquarius man. Ruled by the rebellious planet Uranus, he's a force of nature who not only lives outside the box, but probably forgot where he even left the box. He thrives on spontaneity, innovation, and unpredictability. To him, routines are prisons and detailed plans are, at best, a rough draft. He's not messy because he's lazy. He's messy because his mind is floating in a galaxy of abstract, big-picture ideas about society, the future, and progress. This can be profoundly unsettling for a Virgo woman. She might see his visionary thinking as irresponsible, impractical, and completely detached from reality. I mean, she's trying to plan the budget for the next 6 months, and he's trying to figure out how to build a self-sustaining community on Mars. This isn't just a difference in interests, it's a clash in how they exist in the world. He'll probably find her focus on the mundane to be stifling and overly critical, while she sees his head-in-the-clouds nature as a direct threat to the stability she works so hard to create. This spills right over into their communication styles, which might be their biggest hurdle. Both signs are incredibly intelligent and need that intellectual spark. They can have amazing conversations for hours, talking about everything from philosophy to science. The problem isn't what they talk about, but how. Virgo is methodical and detail-oriented, preferring a practical conversation that leads to a clear solution. Aquarius, on the other hand, communicates in bursts of genius, jumping from one wild idea to another. She's trying to solve a specific problem, while he's deconstructing the very idea of what a problem is. This leaves Virgo feeling unheard and Aquarius feeling trapped. It often feels like they're speaking two different languages, with resentment quietly building until it explodes. And then there's the emotional chasm. This is where it gets really tough. The Virgo woman, despite her analytical exterior, is an earth sign who needs security, reassurance, and to feel needed. She shows her love through practical acts of service and wants to see tangible proof of her partner's commitment. The Aquarius man, being an air sign, is famously detached and can be uncomfortable with big emotional displays. He loves with his mind and shows affection by sharing his ideas and accepting his partner just as they are. To her, he can seem aloof or emotionally distant, which can trigger all of Virgo's deepest insecurities. She needs to hear, "I love you," and see it backed up by reliability. He thinks his constant presence and intellectual engagement should be more than enough. This disconnect is a major source of pain. She feels neglected, and he feels pressured and misunderstood, suffocated by what he sees as neediness that gets in the way of his freedom. Okay, if you're listening to this, you might be thinking this pairing is doomed from the start. And honestly, for many it is. But for the Virgo woman and Aquarius man who are actually willing to do the work, their differences can turn from sources of conflict into opportunities for incredible growth. Their greatest strength, and the very foundation they can build on, is their shared respect for intelligence. This is their meeting point. The Aquarius man is completely captivated by the Virgo woman's sharp, analytical mind. He's fascinated by her ability to take his wild, visionary ideas and figure out the practical steps to make them happen. And she, in turn, is endlessly drawn to his innovative thinking and his knack for seeing possibilities she never would have imagined. Their conversations can become a powerful blend of futuristic brainstorming and detailed analysis, creating a mental energy that's exciting for both of them. This intellectual respect can be the glue that holds them together when everything else feels miles apart. When they learn to see each other as partners instead of opponents, they become an unstoppable team. The Virgo woman provides the grounding force that the Aquarius man desperately needs. She can anchor his brilliant ideas in the real world, giving them the structure and attention to detail that turns a dream into an actual achievement. Without her, his genius might just stay scattered and unrealized. In return, the Aquarius man can pull the Virgo woman out of her rigid routines and her tendency to spiral into anxiety over minor imperfections. He encourages her to be more open-minded, embrace a little bit of chaos, and see the bigger picture. He teaches her that not everything has to be perfect to be wonderful. Together, they balance each other out. She brings his ideas down to earth, and he lifts her spirits into the clouds. Even their emotional differences can find a middle ground, but it takes real effort. The Virgo woman's devotion, once he understands it, can be a secure anchor for the free-spirited Aquarius. He may not need to be cared for in a traditional way, but knowing he has a loyal, steadfast partner who genuinely has his back gives him a unique kind of freedom. For her part, the Virgo woman can learn that the Aquarius man's need for independence isn't a rejection of her, it's just part of who he is. His loyalty is fierce, but it's shown through trust and respect for her as an individual, not through possessiveness. When she gives him the space he needs without being critical, he's much more likely to return to her and offer the affection she craves. So, how do you actually navigate this beautiful disaster and turn the chaos into harmony? It really comes down to a few non-negotiable things. First and foremost, you need radical, open communication. You simply cannot afford to let resentment build. Schedule time to talk about your needs and frustrations without judging each other. Virgo, you have to learn to express your need for stability without it sounding like a criticism. And Aquarius, you have to make a conscious effort to be more emotionally present and offer reassurance, even if it feels a little unnatural. This isn't about changing who you are, it's about learning to speak your partner's language. Second, you have to celebrate your differences instead of trying to erase them. Virgo, you need to accept that your Aquarius man will never be a master of punctuality or tidiness. Let go of the need to control his every move. His unpredictability is part of what you are drawn to, even if it drives you crazy sometimes. Aquarius, you must respect your Virgo woman's need for order and reliability. Acknowledging her efforts to create a stable home and showing up for her in practical ways will mean the world to her. Honoring her need for a plan doesn't mean you're trapped. It means you're showing her she's safe with you. Third, find your common ground and build on it. Both of you are often driven by a desire to help others and make the world a better place. So, channel your combined energy into a shared project. Whether it's volunteering, starting a community garden, or working on a creative project together, teaming up will reinforce your bond and remind you of the values you share. This is the perfect way to use the Aquarian's big ideas and the Virgo's practical execution for a common good. Finally, remember that patience and compromise are your lifelines. This relationship is a marathon, not a sprint. The Virgo woman needs to practice being less critical of her partner and, just as importantly, of herself. The Aquarius man needs to understand that providing a little more structure and emotional availability won't cost him his freedom. It will actually deepen his connection. The brutal truth is that a Virgo woman and an Aquarius man are not an easy match. It's a constant negotiation between logic and idealism, order and chaos, intimacy and independence. It can be frustrating, confusing, and at times, feel completely impossible. Many will walk away. But for those who stay, for those who see the incredible potential in their opposite, the rewards are huge. This relationship offers a level of personal growth that few other pairings can match. It's a connection that challenges you to become a better, more balanced version of yourself. It's not for the faint of heart, but it can be one of the most intellectually stimulating, supportive, and uniquely beautiful partnerships in the zodiac. So, are you a Virgo in love with an Aquarius, or an Aquarius captivated by a Virgo? I want to hear your story. Share your own beautiful disaster in the comments below. What are your biggest challenges, and what are your greatest strengths as a couple? And if you want more unfiltered astrological truths about the messy, beautiful reality of relationships, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next.